They travel in a bubble. That was very interesting, Dan.
Yeah, I
So
saw
now
it.
they realize here's like a triangle object. It has a bubble around. So that's the radar goes around it. That's why they can't
Yeah.
pick them up.
So one of the huge breakthroughs that is revealed in the film, several of the senior scientists that I interviewed who worked on classified UAP programs for the government, they reveal the breakthrough technology that they have realized is the key component to how UAP works. In space time in a localized area, they are creating an immense amount of energy in a specific area around the craft, and essentially they're creating a bubble around the craft. And
Right.
that bubble separates the craft from the environment around it. So the laws of physics that we live by and that our aircraft, operate within, they're irrelevant at that point to the craft in the bubble. The craft is completely separated from our environment, and it's in its own space time, right? And so that technological breakthrough explains everything we've been observing. So in the bubble, the craft could be, going at a leisurely pace,
Relax, yeah.
and from the outside, it looks like it's doing these impossible speeds. We see it going from space to air to water, and we're like, how does that work? But for the craft in the bubble, the environment has no impact on it. It's just moving seamlessly through it. And, we wonder why we can't get these things great on radar. Well, the bubble explains that. The radar emits radar towards an object, and it's supposed to bounce back to the radar emitter. And that's how radar works. But in the case of these crafts, the radar just bounces around the bubble and keeps going. It never goes back to the radar emitter. And so that answers the question of why it's so hard. And then it even answers age-old questions like, why is it so hard to get a photo of UAP? We all have cameras. We all have 4K cameras with our iPhones. How come we can't get photos?
Every video is bad.
Yeah, and it's like because it makes sense though, because you're taking a photo or a video through a space-time barrier. It's the equivalent of, try taking pictures of fish that are in the ocean from above the ocean. It doesn't work out. You're going through a different medium. It's going to be all distorted.
Did the non-human? I'm assuming there's no pictures of them, but did anyone ever go on record or describe what a non-human looked like?
Are they grays? Are they like 3-foot grays? Or are they reptilians?
So we don't get into like we don't get into what non-human beings have looked like in the film, but I will say that the conversations I've had with people who have had encounters, the reference point they have used in the conversations with me is the non-humans in close encounters being very accurate to what they saw.